Good evening. Welcome to Industrial Audit and Compliance Support Bureau Classroom. In the last session, we had discussed the different platform and different standard in respect to the social compliance audit in the unit, and we had reached over a conclusion that overall the social compliance audit conforms with the labor standard, occupational health and safety, environmental protection, ethical business behavior, respect of rules of laws, respect for human rights, respect for stakeholders, management accountability, anti-corruption, contracting and subcontracting, supply chain management system. Now, today's session, we will focus over each and every uh, things we discussed in the conclusion. Now we will see the labor standard. What the labor standard says. The labor standard is the international labor standard, which is recognized globally, and all the countries almost recognize on which the labor rules is framed. What the labor standard says? It says fair labor contract, decent working hours, fair remuneration, employee benefits, employee welfare, full and final settlement that is in fair, disciplinary practices, no child labor, care to young and female worker, no bonded or forced labor in the organization, no precarious employment, no harassment, no discrimination, freedom of association, grievance redressal, inspection and monitoring, internal audit, insurance and social benefits to the employee. Apart from such, there are many things to discuss, but here we will cover keeping in view the social compliance audit. Next one is health and safety. It is based upon the health and safety standard, which includes the occupational health and safety, building safety, fire safety, machinery safety, electrical safety, chemical safety, and hygiene in the unit. Risk identification in the work, its assessment, health checkup of the employee, maintaining hygiene in the unit, equipments, inspection and monitoring, auditing, medical facility, and other amenities in terms of health and safety. In the environmental section, we just have to know that the waste we are generating, how affecting to the environment. Uh, it includes the solid and hazard waste management, effluent and wastewater management, air emission, noise monitoring, energy and water reduction, fulfilling legal requirement in terms of environment. Next one is business ethics, that is conflict of interest, uses of company property, lawfulness, sensitive information, practice integrity, high attendance, respect co-workers and office personnel, dress code issues and discussion, workplace diversity, health and safety, harassment, discrimination, compensation and benefits, welfare, supplier responsibility, environment, community, record keeping, ethic training, competitor, and various others. Respect for rules of laws. It is purely to comply with the local rules or country's rules, like compliances, licenses, permissions under the following laws: industrial laws, labor laws, tax laws, local or central government rules, international laws, building code of conduct, etc. Human rights, basically it is UNGP 32 human rights principles, and we have to implement in the unit. respect of stakeholders, identifying stakeholders, due regard of the interest of the stakeholder, effects on the stakeholders. Contracting and subcontracting to be followed as per rules of laws applicable to the principal employer. Supply chain management, vendor appointment and selection, evaluation, audits and inspection, sharing and implementing code of conduct. Management accountability, which is very most important part of the social accountability, that is the policy and procedure formulation, its implementation, and allocating finance, inspection and monitoring in regard to the implementations, and training and development, as well as CSR activity. Labor standard documents which we have to prepare for the audit is personal file of all employee or contractual labor, in time and out time records uh, of 12 months, salary sheet 12 months, bank transfer record 12 months, leave record for 12 months, uh, bonus reimbursement record, full and final record, ESI and Provident Fund related compliances for 12 months, policy on disciplinary procedure, company handbook, training on disciplinary procedure and policy, policy on welfare of employee, child labor policy and procedure, young worker policy and procedure, forced bonded labor policy and procedure, precarious employment related policies and procedure, harassment related policies and procedures, harassment committee, discrimination policy and procedure, policy on freedom of association and its procedure, establishing in the unit the works committee meeting, employee representative election record, grievance handling policy and procedure, grievance committee, grievance committee meeting, grievance training, inspection and monitoring, internal audit record. These documents should be maintained under the labor standard documentation. In relation to the health and safety, the following documents we should have to maintain in our unit, that is health and safety policy, which is very most important policy. Health and safety committee, we have to make a committee to resolve the health and safety issues. Hazardous identification record, risk assessment record, health checkup record of the employee who are working with hazardous process, health and safety training record, health checkup register in which the record should be maintained for the employee at least once in a year. If the process is hazardous, then twice in a year their health checkup should be done. Lime washing or painting register, accident register, PPE training record, PPE policy, fire mock drill, building inspection and maintenance record, electrical equipment inspection record, list of machineries and equipment, SOP and work instructions, machine preventive maintenance, list of chemicals, separating the hazardous chemical or non-hazardous chemical. Their MSDS, chemical handling training record, and MSDS training record, waste handling record, ETP or STP if you have in your unit, then you should have to maintain the record of operation and maintenance. Sanitary inspection record you have to maintain, list of first aid boxes and first aider certificate you have to mention, list of fire extinguisher you have to mention, light noise, work zone, ambient air, stake emission report you have to got from some authorized laboratory. Drinking water portability test report you must have uh, twice in a year. Audiometry test report if there is very noise in your unit. Eye test report, list of all firefighting equipment, fire equipment inspection record, and the legal part in terms of health and safety, that is fire NOC, borewell permission, hazardous waste storage permission, hazardous waste disposal manifest, hazardous waste inventory, PPE inventory, e-waste disposal record, waste handling training. Uh, Related to environmental documentation, you must have the NOC pollution, waste storage permission, environmental statement, NOC borewell, stake emission test report, STP ETP test report, ATP sludge disposal manifest record, list of air emitting equipment and their maintenance record, hazardous waste inventory and others as applicable. Environmental inspection and monitoring record must be maintained in the unit. Apart from such document, the documents could be varied from country to country or to state to state. So we must have to follow the rules of the local government in terms of environmental compliances. In terms of business ethic document, we have to maintain the business ethic policy and procedure and their and its awareness training program. Respect for rules of laws. So, as we know, before starting the factory, we have to take the different licenses or permissions from different from government organization. It may vary from country to country or may vary from state to state. Basically, in India, the laws are the central laws and the rules are from state government, which vary slightly. So when we start the factory, we get the factory license, we get the building stability certificate, we do approval over the layout plan, we take the employee state insurance code, we take the provident fund codes, we must have the fire NOC, pollution NOC, shift approval, a standing order if applicable, borewell permission, pressure vessels examination report, lift inspection report, DG set installation permission and inspection report. These all type of documents we have to maintain. Audit preparation, what we have to do for the audit preparation. Basically, for the social compliance audit, we must have to categorize the documents like the legal document, policy and procedure, physical provisions and displays, training and awareness, minutes of meeting, and formation of committees in the organization. Thank you very much. In the next video, we will discuss the detail